November Oscar.
Tango November Oscar, Roger, and what's the name there?
Tango November Oscar, Roger, and what's the name there? Name here is Al, Alpha Lima.
Roger, Al, and what location are you in?
Roger, Al, and what location are you in? I am just outside of Greenville, South Carolina, just to the north of Greenville.
Roger, and Al, what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, and Al, what radio are you running today, sir? I am running the TS-2000. Can you give me your call again, please?
Roger, this is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Repeat, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Name is Jim Juliet India Mike, and this is the Qso-Vlog net, Roger.
Juliet India Mike, and this is the Qso-Vlog net, Roger. Okay, I'm making notes here as fast as I can. Okay, right. Antenna trouble today, and one of the legs of our off-center fed dipole went down to the ground. We had a rainstorm pass through here last night, and so I'm trying to get everything back together and stumbled on you guys here and figured, well, this is a good place to check things out as any.
Roger. Well, I've got a pretty good copy on my local antenna. We're located around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. And the Qso-Vlog network is helping people adjust their transmitters. So if you might be interested, first thing would be to be sure that that radio of yours is in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. 100 to 2900 TBW. That's called wide, and it lets your transmitter be all that it can be frequency response wise, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Well, I don't know if you're real familiar with the TS-2000. There's not a whole lot of adjustment that you can do. It's kind of limited. You can set the bandwidth between, I think it's 2.5 and 3, and it's got a mid, high, user, and low as far as the audio output. And that's about it. I mean, you can adjust the processor a little bit, but kind of stuck with what you get.
Roger. Well, the main thing is right at the moment to get that, be sure that radio is in the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. That was 100 to 2900. That lets your transmitter frequency response be as best it can, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Yeah, but there's really no way to adjust that on the radio. As best you can do is go in the menu and put it in there on high, low boost, high boost, or conventional, or user. That's the only settings on this thing.
Roger, what are you talking about, Mikey Q there? Huh? I'm talking about transmitter bandwidth. So you do not have an adjustable transmitter bandwidth adjustment. Is that correct? I mean, you just have to run it the way they designed it. A lot of new radios do have a selection of transmit bandwidths. They usually have 3 different selections. One of those is called wide, 100 to 2900. But I guess your radio does not have that capability, Roger?
Looking through the menu here, I don't remember seeing that kind of thing. Like I say, it's on the bandwidth. You have the option of going from 2 to to 3 kilohertz. That's the only changes you can make.
Yes, sir, but do you have to use, can you change those? In other words, are those prescribed and cannot be changed, so you automatically go from 2 to 3? You can't put in 2.9, is that a Roger?
Put in 2.9, is that a Roger?
I can put in steps of 2 kilohertz changes. I was just going through the menu here. That's 2.8, 2.6, 2.4, 2.2, 2.0, and then back to 3.
Yes, sir. So 2.8 would be close. I don't want you to do 3 because that would let you be into somebody else's conversation. But 2.8 would probably work best under those circumstances, Roger?
Best under those circumstances, Roger?
Okay, Roger. We've got it on 2.8 right now. Like I say, we only have those other menu items for the equalizer, and I'm running it on high boost right now, and I don't know exactly what kind of frequency response the transmitter has on high boost, but that's what I have it set on.
Roger, Al. Well, it sounds good, buddy. I would leave it just the way you have it as far as that's concerned. And like I say, that 2.8 I think is, under the circumstances, the best. So I think you're doing really well there. The only other thing would be possibly double-checking your modulation level, and that would be going to your ALC meter with the mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word, audio, don't stress it, just say the word as you would say any other word in the QSO, and we're only interested in the first part of that word, the audio. You become a human test tone generator, so as you say that word, adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Okay, let me see if I can, audio.
You know,
it's going pretty high. I'm running the processor right now, and it's got the compression set at about 10 to 11.
Okay, so you have an input control for your compressor processor. We want a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how it's labeled. Just about 3 dB of compression processing, just very light. So it would be a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger?
A 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger?
All right, let's see. I just turned it down to 330 out of 100, and it's bumping up there on the peaks. It's hitting about 10 on the compression.
Roger. I think that's going to do it. So if you have 100, you probably should be at 30. A 30 out of 100, Roger?
Be at 30. A 30 out of 100, Roger?
Yeah, the processor input is set at 30 out of 100 possible. And then there's a processor output also, and that's set about the same, about 30.
Yes, I would leave everything the same. I would not change anything else at the moment. I think it sounds really good, Roger.
At the moment, I think it sounds really good, Roger.
For an old boat anchor there, it makes me happy that it's not sounding too bad. I've had these. I have 2 of them now. I had 3 of them, but I bought the first one when they first came out. We lived on a farm at the time down in Florida, and I used the handheld to control the radio, so I could be out in the barn or out in the pasture or in the garden or whatever, and still be able to talk on the radio and control the radio from the handheld. So that made me a big fan of Kenwood. I love all radios. I don't think there's any of them out there that I've come upon in my many years that I didn't like at all. There's some that seem to sound better than others, either on receive or transmit, but I sure appreciate you doing this for me, Jim. I would like to get a signal report from you there. You're solid S9, a little over sometimes.
Okay, I just went to my local antenna just as you signed off. So come back and tell me, something that I don't know, and let me look at you on my local antenna.
All right, very good. We moved up here to Greenville area about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, by way of Virginia and Texas. We sold the farm down there in Florida after that last hurricane. The YL said no more. We've been through so many of them where we were at down there, and we just really bounced around. We had our oldest son in Virginia, and then my YL sister out in Texas. So we kind of bounced around a while, and then we decided that we didn't like neither one of those places to land. So we wound up here in Greenville, South Carolina area. Let's see, KC9VKV, KG4TNO.
Roger, Al. Well, let's see. On my local antenna, you were about 3 dB over my noise level. About 3 dB over my noise level. And then my Georgia SDR, you were about, looked to be about 8 or 9 over their noise level. So that's your signal report. Based on the residual noise, and then we looking at your signal on a VU meter calibrated at 0 level on your peaks, and then when you cease speaking, there is the noise level. So, that's the way it is. I'm running such low RF gain in the front end to avoid any possible distortions that I really can't give you an actual S meter reading. So I just give you a reading based on how well your signal does above noise level. Roger?
How well your signal does above noise level. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Well, I use that Georgia SDR, the Lumpkin, I think it is, high school, and I also use the Beam out of Utah. We have a net on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that we check into, and a lot of times some of the guys that are not able to copy here, not able to be copied here in South Carolina, and when that happens, I get on the laptop and bring up one of those 2 SDRs, and it's really a great help. But anyway, let me get on off to the side here and let you continue on. I think I got that call right. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, I think that was. That's what I wrote, if I can read my writing here. This is KG4TNO.
Roger, Al. And gosh, if you want to hear that audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
But uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Yeah, cut number 1 of 300.
3,500. We've been doing this for 10 years.
3,500. We've been doing this for 10 years.
Okay, and I'm assuming you just dragged the cursor across there till you hit the number 1 out of the 3,500 possible?
Should be, regardless of what YouTube says, this cut should be right at the head of the class. In other words, when you go to YouTube and do that search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, it'll bring up our list, and this recording should be right at the top of that, even though YouTube may not say it is. It really is. And YouTube doesn't know everything, Roger.
It really is. And YouTube doesn't know everything, Roger.
Yeah, roger that. All right, well, we'll sure give it a try there tomorrow afternoon sometime or other, barring any bad conditions up here. We've got that storm, I guess, still churning around down there just off of Dominican Republic, and trying to make up its mind if it's going to come up here to the Carolinas or not. I sure hope it don't, because we had Helena last year, and she about broke our back here. I still got an antenna mast 40 foot up in the air out there that I can't get down because it's got a kink in it. It's got Peyronie's disease. Anyway, thanks a lot, Jim. You have a fine day out there. KC9VKV, KG4TNO.
Roger, Roger, AL-73, sir. You have a great afternoon. And in parting, I would suggest today is foam windscreen day for those microphones to get rid of the last vestige of possible distortions. Here's this microphone that's listening for your voice all the time, and sometimes the words that you say have wind velocities in excess of 4 or 5 times the amplitude of the actual word that you're saying. And so here's this poor microphone that has to make a decision on translating this versus all these wind pressures. So with a foam windscreen, it diverts all these wind pressures away from the element and just leaves your words to be transcribed through the microphone. Roger?
Words to be transcribed through the microphone, Roger.
Yeah, roger that. And I do have one of those around here somewhere. This is just the stock mic. I don't ever run any other mic than the stock mic that came with the radio. Because it doesn't have a lot of adjusting. I didn't think it made a whole lot of difference aside from hearing the PTT clicks once in a while there. But again, thank you very much, and we will get on there and see what we sound like on YouTube. KC9 Victor Kilo Victor, KG4TNO.
Roger, Roger, AL-73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and join us next Friday if you get a chance. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.